Hello everyone. Like we did yesterday or the day before, a bit of a pantomime, but luckily the sound came back now as we cut, so it's one of those funny ghosts in the machine. But first and foremost, welcome to the afternoon. It's a beautiful Saturday here in South Africa. It's overcast. About 20 minutes ago it actually dripped a little bit and I thought there was going to be rain, but it's sort of blown over for the moment. It's actually looking like it's going to be a stunning afternoon, maybe rain later. Other than that, Herman Gerber, nice to have you back in final control, Herman, really is. And he's back in camp as well. He's got himself a new Freelander, one of the Land Rover's vehicles, so he's quite, well, not a new one, a second-hand one, but I'm sure maybe in the next years or so he'll look at other Land Rovers as well, but he's very, very happy. So Herman, I'm stoked for you. It's always nice to get a car. And he's directing the lovely Lieschen, which I can now say a name as opposed to Pampada. Do I seem nervous a little bit?
No.
Do I seem nervous, anyone? I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. I just feel like there's a whole bunch of things I want to say before we actually start the drive. We'll obviously talk about a lot of things on drive as well. You know, this is my and Lieschen's last drive with Safari Channel, or full time with Safari Channel. We'll maybe come and visit down the line and come drive around for a few days. But so there's a whole bunch of things I want to say, and I was just sort of trying to run through all of them quite quickly. And then when you start speaking too fast, then it can easily seem like you know. So I'm not nervous, but I do want to say a few things, Lieschen. It's really, really nice to have you for the last drive on the vehicle. Herman, it really is a pleasure to have you directing. And we're going to make the most of the afternoon. I was hoping that for the last drive we might have Karula and the boys to go find. In this case we don't know where they are, but we will go looking for them. I think that's about it for now. Just to update on the waterhole, Graham, Wellington and Emily are coming through tonight. They're coming through. We've got a farewell party tonight after the fireside chat, and the fireside chat will be after the game drive, and that'll be a chat with myself and Lieschen and around that. So there won't be a night drive tonight, but that will happen. And then Graham is actually going to splice the fibre optic line himself. So I presume tomorrow morning or something during the game drive time we fix it, so it'll be waterhole camera back tomorrow. So that's on the waterhole front. And then something small, but I was not going to mention it, and then I thought, oh well, you know, honesty honesty is always great, but sometimes you can even be honest about the little things. So just for a laugh, I've always been saying since before we actually went live, I said, you know, when this thing goes big and we start, you know, having generating lots of income, I would like my safari outfits, as opposed to just the typical khaki shirts, to be designed by Dolce & Gabbana. And I've always said that, partly joking, partly serious, and I do think given enough time I will still wear mostly Dolce & Gabbana shirts in the bush. But always it's been a bit of a joke. I know Herman is chuckling at the moment. Lieschen is sort of looking at me thinking, what's going on? And of course we're packing at the moment. Lieschen and myself are packing up all our things into the car and we're heading out tomorrow morning. And we came across a sort of, you know, those bags you get suits in. And I didn't know what was in it. I didn't ring a bell, and then I had a look in it, and there was a suit jacket, a very nice jacket in it, and a couple of shirts. And it's Rory's that a while back he came here after coming back from overseas, and he hung the clothes up. He spent some time and left and must have forgotten it. And one of the shirts was a Dolce & Gabbana shirt. So I decided for my last game drive this afternoon, I'm going to be dressed in Dolce & Gabbana. Let's go look around.
Nice. Look at that. What workmanship.
You need to see that in full HD to really appreciate this. And I'm saying this, as I said, it's funny the kind of things one can be honest about in the end. It's not a big deal, but when we get to that stage where I can make sure that my hair is always cut, for instance, and then I can just have a bunch of shirts like this, I will certainly wear them. Nice fabric is something that's one of those small pleasures in life. But that's not the main focus of the afternoon. The main focus is to enjoy the drive, to see what we can find, to go look around, and hopefully to spend some time with Safari and the Cubs. Karula and the Cubs. Safari would be great if we could see her. Yes, that would be amazing. It's not, I would say it's more sort of, it's not nerves in terms of nervous. It's more just that sort of excited nervousness, or excited, what's the word? There's a proper term for it that I can't remember now because of exactly the condition. Is you know, your adrenaline's pumping a little bit. The fact of being live and the fact that we're sitting at the moment somewhere in I'm hoping not too cold, but I know that it's very cold in most of the northern hemisphere at the moment. And many of you are sitting probably with snow outside your window, or with a hot cup of coffee, or what's the time now? Mostly morning for many of you, some coffee or hot chocolates or something. and knowing that there's lots of people, everything from maybe 1, 2, 3-year-olds up onto, what's the most senior person we've ever had on drive. But anyway, that really doesn't make me nervous anymore. In fact, I quite like that. I think it's an amazing opportunity, as I said this morning, to drive around like this. And many of you that are sitting there at the moment are very, very good friends. Many of you I know well. I know some of you better than I know friends that I went to school with. In fact, I know many of you better than friends I went to school with, and so on. So it's there's no nerves in that respect. There's just maybe that little bit of sort of excited energy. Maybe that's the word. Excited energy that there's going to be something really important I need to say this afternoon. I'm going to forget it, or but even that, as Lieschen said, nothing we're saying here is going to save the world, except maybe for things like passion and love that we all share for our environment, and ultimately I think for being friends as well, for understanding more about interactions between species and between our own species. So apart from that, we're just going to go cruise around in the bush, drive a Land Rover. And all I have to do, it's the easiest job in the world being a presenter. You just have to be here and be yourself. And I'm quite happy to do those two things. In fact, it's quite easy. I don't even need to think about it. So, yeah, that's about it. What do you think? I was going to... What do you think, Lieschen? I was going to have a more formal title, but I think we'll stick with Lieschen.
What do I think about what?
Just about this moment we're in, the way we're in it, the way we experience and share it.
If I had a microphone, I'd say.
Yes. Now if Lieschen had a microphone and she said what she was going to say, it would have clarified all of this even more. But now we'll never know. We'll have to ask her some other time, on another drive. It would have been funny if Rory was watching this afternoon. He'd have a good chuckle about this. Lieschen, and I'm open